Most people think positive thinking means forcing yourself to smile when everything feels wrong, or repeating happy words while ignoring real problems. That idea pushes many people away because it feels fake and exhausting. Real positive thinking is quieter than that. It's not about pretending life is easy. It's about learning how to respond to life when it isn't. It's about noticing your thoughts, choosing your reactions, and taking small, honest steps forward, even on hard days. If you're dealing with stress, self-doubt, overthinking, or constant comparison, this isn't about becoming someone new. It's about working with who you already are. The first rule of positive thinking is understanding that thoughts are not facts. Your mind talks all day, and not everything it says deserves your belief. When you think, "I'm not good enough," or "I always mess things up," it feels true in the moment. But feelings are powerful storytellers, not reliable judges. Positive thinking starts when you pause and say, "This is a thought, not a verdict." You don't have to fight it or replace it immediately. Just creating space between you and the thought weakens its control. Over time, this simple awareness gives you back choice. The second rule is learning to respond instead of react. Stress trains the brain to move fast. Something goes wrong and your mind jumps straight to fear, blame, or panic. Positive thinking doesn't stop those reactions from showing up. It slows them down. It gives you a moment to ask, what's actually happening right now? That pause changes everything. It turns emotional reflex into conscious action. Even one calm breath before responding can shift how a conversation, decision, or entire day unfolds. The third rule is choosing progress over perfection. Many people stay stuck because they believe they need to feel confident before acting, motivated before starting, or certain before moving forward. Positive thinking works the other way around. It accepts that doubt and fear can exist alongside action. You don't wait to feel ready. You move while feeling unsure. Each small step builds proof that you can handle more than you thought. Progress may be slow, messy, and quiet, but it's real. Perfection is loud and demanding, and it often keeps you frozen. The fourth rule is changing how you talk to yourself when you fail. Failure is not a sign that positive thinking isn't working. It's part of learning. The real damage comes from the inner voice that turns mistakes into personal attacks. When something goes wrong, notice your self-talk. If you wouldn't say those words to a close friend, they don't belong in your mind either. Positive thinking means replacing punishment with curiosity. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" ask, "What can this teach me?" That shift turns failure into feedback. The fifth rule is understanding that comparison steals clarity. Social media, work culture, and constant updates make it easy to believe everyone else is ahead of you. Positive thinking doesn't mean convincing yourself you're better than others. It means realizing that comparison hides context. You're seeing highlights, not struggles. Your journey has its own timing, challenges, and lessons. When you catch yourself comparing, gently return your focus to your own next step. Clarity comes from looking forward, not sideways. The sixth rule is learning to sit with uncomfortable emotions instead of escaping them. Positive thinking isn't about avoiding sadness, anger, or fear. Avoidance gives those emotions more power. When you allow yourself to feel without judgment, emotions move through you instead of controlling you. You don't need to analyze everything. Sometimes it's enough to say, "This feels heavy," and that's okay. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means creating space to heal and think clearly. The seventh rule is building positive thinking through daily actions, not sudden mindset shifts. Motivation fades. Habits remain. Small routines like getting enough rest, moving your body, or limiting negative input shape your mental state more than inspirational words ever will. Positive thinking grows when your life supports it. You don't need a perfect routine. You need consistent care. Each small action sends your brain a message that you matter and that change is possible. The eighth rule is focusing on what you can control and releasing what you can't. Much of our mental exhaustion comes from fighting reality. We worry about other people's opinions, past mistakes, or uncertain futures. Positive thinking redirects energy toward what's within reach. Your effort, your attitude, your boundaries. When you invest in what you can influence, anxiety loses its grip. Peace comes from alignment, not control over everything. The ninth rule is practicing gratitude without forcing positivity. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means noticing what still supports you despite it. A moment of calm, a kind message, a small win. When life feels overwhelming, gratitude grounds you in the present instead of trapping you in fear. You don't need to feel grateful all the time. Even brief awareness creates balance. It reminds you that difficulty and goodness can exist together. The 10th rule is remembering that positive thinking is a skill, not a personality trait. Some days you'll do well. Other days you'll fall back into old patterns. That doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're human. Growth isn't linear. What matters is returning to awareness again and again. Each time you notice your thoughts, pause your reactions, and choose a healthier response, you're strengthening your mindset. Over time, these small moments add up. Positive thinking doesn't make life perfect. It makes life manageable. It helps you meet challenges with steadiness instead of panic, honesty instead of denial, and courage instead of avoidance. You don't need to change who you are. You need to learn how to work with your mind instead of against it. And that starts now with this moment and the next small choice you make.